it would tell me like the day before I was ovulating. And so it kind of gives you a hint of like, okay, tomorrow you're starting to ovulate, and that's when you should have some time with your husband. Hello, I'm Kristen. I'm a police wife for 9 years, and I'm so excited to share with you today an answer to a question that I got from a follower, and that is all about our TTC, or Trying to Conceive, pregnancy journey. Given the chaotic shift work, overtime, court, and all that our spouses deal with, and how did we successfully have our 2 beautiful boys that I love to pieces and really changed me, to be honest. So that's what I'll be talking to you about today. I post every Monday a new police wife tips video. I also have an awesome Instagram community, so definitely check me out there, and a blog, a book, and a new police wife coaching program. So I will link all that below in the description. Definitely check it out. Let's get started. So the very first question I got was just about like intimacy in general as well. And so I do want to say that without getting too personal, we typically do schedule like sex time between us, okay? So it's not very romantic or sexy or spontaneous or something like that, but it's realistic given like I work, he works, and sometimes he works a crazy schedule and it's like not the same days off and stuff like that. And a lot of times he doesn't get that much sleep on his days on, which is similar to maybe your spouse or boyfriend if you were dating a cop or a police wife yourself. So let me give you this idea just to share what we do, and feel free to integrate whatever works for you in your marriage. I know it's not attractive, again, to like schedule it, but if it means that we're having regular intimacy, then great. So on his first day off, or even like the night of, let's say he worked day shift that night, like his first night off, or the day before his first day off, like he's not excited to like do something like that. He's usually exhausted, and like I always feel like the first day off is recovery day. So typically we kind of have this like unspoken, like the second day off is when we would have our time together. And so we usually check in with each other that day, like, so how's it going? I'm gonna call it what we call it, sexy time tonight. Like we kind of say that even like if the boys are like, they may someday learn that term, but for now they don't really pay attention. We kind of do it smoothly and check in, make sure like we're on the same page. But yeah, that's usually how we do our intimacy time together. Like we kind of schedule it, which yes, we have spontaneous moments, but at least then like we know when it's gonna happen. And I feel like it really works for us. And so I hope that that helps you feel less alone if you feel like the spontaneity isn't happening and it's never happening. Maybe chat with your spouse. Like they may not have the same days off every week, but maybe some routine around their days off like we have could help you. So I really hope that helps. And if you are trying to conceive, congrats, it's so exciting. I am a huge fan of being a mom. It truly changed me. So here are my tips for trying to conceive as a police wife or shift work spouse or girlfriend. The first thing that I did, you guys, is I tracked ovulation. So I had one, I'm sure there's newer ones now, like my boys are 5 and 7, but that I like peed on a stick, kind of like the pregnancy test. And I would kind of track my ovulation in a calendar. So link below like the stick that I'm talking about and an app. And again, I'm sure there's other apps and other tests now, but this is what I did. I would track it, like kind of my period, and see like, okay, around the time I should be ovulating. And that's when I would start to use the ovulation stick test. And it would tell me like the day before I was ovulating. And so it kind of gives you a hint of like, okay, tomorrow you're starting to ovulate. And that's when you should have some time with your husband. And so that's what I did. And like, we were really, really blessed. I know not everybody is. Like, I want to tell you, so in my day job, I'm a health researcher, and I know the statistics on pregnancy loss are super, super high. So if you have gone through that and you're watching this, just know like you're totally not alone. Most women actually experience it, like a lot. So I'm blessed that we didn't experience that and we got pregnant pretty quickly. I think with Maverick, it might have been a few months or a couple months, but that's pretty quickly. I had been on birth control pill before that, so it's pretty quickly to like go off it, start trying, and then 2 to 3 months, I think we got pregnant. I was also, I lucked out the first time, did not think it would happen again, so I didn't even try the second time, but because I just feel like every pregnancy is such a blessing. So their first time, I was like, it'd be great to have Maverick in the summer because I have a teaching schedule. So I have summers off. Like I have 3 months off basically in the summer. And so I scheduled it around that, hoping it would work. And it did. Like it was crazy. So for our second Leonidas, I was like, forget it. Like I'm not even going to try because we're just so lucky and blessed that first time. So I had Leonidas like the start of a semester. So I did have to take a semester off of work. But so the ovulation test really helps, but I get what you're thinking maybe in your mind is like, yeah, but what if my husband's working that day? Okay. So I think being determined to have sex on those days you're ovulating is important, but it's not everything. You're going to ovulate again next month, right? Like, so, and you have a few days. So odds are not every month is he gonna be working those exact days. So I feel like if 1 month it doesn't work out, like don't put pressure on yourself and your husband and get all that anxiety and stress over it, because that is like, our stress is the worst thing on our bodies. We need our bodies chill and relax and like ready to get pregnant. So just try to be like determined but flexible, and just know, okay, like, yeah, you're gonna check for ovulation, but if it doesn't work out this month to have sex during those days, try next month, you know? Chill out a little bit about that and just be realistic with yourself and your spouse or your boyfriend, because it's tough, you know, like given their schedule. So the last tip that I have is related to kind of this flexibility thing, and that is to like try to still remain as relaxed as possible, given the fact that I know you're so excited and like you want to be pregnant and stuff, but try to focus on your self-care, like by maybe doing regular exercises, boosting your nutrition and getting your best sleep that you can, because your spouse probably isn't. If they're working crazy hours or eating when they can, it's kind of craziness. But also like feeding them well, making them healthy lunches. And I shared some really good tips on nutrition and things that I really prepare for Rick that are like focused on the macros and like protein and fats. And also I learned so much from this nutritionist that I had on my Instagram page about like kiwis and nuts and like things that are really help promote a balance and sleep and good sleep in our spouses who are working a chaotic shift, because we know sleep is so important for us and our bodies, right? So we want to prepare our bodies and theirs as much as possible. So buying those kinds of foods that we know are really good at promoting sleep for night shift and shift work that's all over the place can be really helpful for them and for us too. And so just make sure you're taking care of yourself during this crazy time. I am so excited for you. I really hope that you guys get pregnant soon, and I hope this was helpful. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. I know it was a short one, but these are the tips I have, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.